Ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting our webinar shortly. Before we begin, kindly turn off your microphone to avoid any interruptions. Please use the chat box for any questions. Thank you for your cooperation. Para hadirin sekalian, webinar kita akan mula sebentar lagi. Sila menutup mikrofon anda untuk mengelakkan sebarang gangguan. Sila gunakan chat box sekiranya ada soalan. Terima kasih atas kerjasama anda. Melayang serindih di atas permatang, merbah berkicau di hujung muara. Pemanis kata selamat datang, salam sejahtera pembuka bicara. A very good morning to our distinguished guests, Mr. Aznizar Ar-Rashid bin Muhammad Ramli, SIC Science and Mathematics PPD Kinta, PPD Kuala Kangsar, dan Mrs. Rabanyah Nur binti Hamadan, SIC Science and Mathematics from PPD Kinta. The Honourable Principals of SMK Anderson and SMK DATUK HAJI ABDUL WAHAB, Mr. Wan Saiful Akmar bin Muhammad Idris, and Mr. Lutfi bin Muhammad Nur. The scheduler speaker, Dr. Nur LIANA binti Che Yaacob from Management and Science University, MSU Shah Alam, Selangor. And the hardworking advisors, Mrs. Nuriza binti Awang, Mrs. Nurul Zuraini binti Zulkifli, Mrs. Aini Rashidah binti Ahmad Zuhairi, and Mrs. Nurul Ain bin Muhammad Daniar. Administrators, teachers and fellow friends, I'm Praveen son of Sivaraja and I'll be your host for today. On behalf of the committee member, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you for the Chemitalk Series 1, Medicine and You. We appreciate for taking some of your time off to come and join us today. We hope that you learn a lot from this webinar. Dengan ini, majlis menjemput saudara Alif Imran untuk memimpin bacaan doa. Dengan segala hormatnya, majlis mempersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Karim, Ya Wadud, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Engkau berkatilah dan rahmatilah perjalanan majlis pada hari ini. Sesungguhnya Engkau maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu-Mu yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan ilmu pengetahuan kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau redai. Justeru, berkati dan rahmatilah perhimpunan kami ini, kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu-Mu, sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya dan hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, kurniakanlah jua kepada kami kesihatan anggota dan semangat, kecergasan minda, ketenangan jiwa. Semoga dengannya kami mampu mendepani cabaran, berdaya saing dan mampu mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, masyarakat dan negara. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Terima kasih saudara Alif Imran atas bacaan doa itu tadi. Sidang hadirin sekalian, adat berbahasa menyampaikan pesan, adat upacara menyampaikan ucapan. Please welcome the Principal of SMK Anderson, Mr. Wan Saiful Akmar bin Muhammad Idris, for a welcome speech. The stage is yours, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Yang berusaha pegawai-pegawai SISC Plus dari PPD Kuala Kangsar dan juga dari PPD Kinta Utara, yang berusaha rakan saya Encik Lutfi bin Muhammad Noor, Pengetua SMK Datuk HAJI ABDUL WAHAB, penolong-penolong kanan, guru-guru kanan, guru-guru, seterusnya pelajar-pelajar daripada SMK Anderson serta SMK Datuk HAJI ABDUL WAHAB. Well, it is an honor to be here, to be invited by you, right? The job well done. I would like to congratulate semua jawatankuasa kerja yang terlibat daripada dua-dua sekolah dalam musim-musim COVID, dalam musim-musim cuti. Kita masih lagi boleh berkolaborasi antara dua sekolah. Inilah jaringan dan juga jalinan yang kita katakan perlu kita adakan setiap masa. Ya, kalau tak silap saya ada pegawai daripada MSU juga ya yang hadir hari ini. Terima kasih di atas kehadiran. Yang penting hari ini bukanlah skor PPD yang akan kita nampak nanti, tetapi kemenjadian murid yang berlaku hari ini. Tahniah pada guru-guru. Ya, perancangan, pelaksanaan itu adalah ilmu yang tidak ada tolok balingnya. Ya, kita akan belajar di situ. Bukan sahaja untuk result oriented, tapi ilmu-ilmu yang akan memastikan bahawa pelajar-pelajar kita dapat menempuh alam selepas sekolah. Apa yang mereka dapat laksanakan ataupun lakukan di luar sana nanti, bermulanya di sini. Jadi tahniah sekali lagi pada guru-guru. Ya, saya rasa I'm not going to talk much, ya, because rakan saya Encik Lutfi juga akan diberi peluang untuk cakap. Anyway, it is an honor again to be seeing my children, ya, having to menguruskan program-program begini. Ya, tak kisahlah daripada Anderson ke ataupun daripada Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab. Tahniah young tigers. I want to hear you roar after this. Alright. Sekian dulu. Billahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Wan Saiful Akmar bin Muhammad Idris for your welcoming speech. Sekarang, majlis menjemput Encik Lutfi bin Muhammad Noor, Pengetua SMK Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab, untuk memberi sepatah dua kata. Dengan segala hormatnya, majlis mempersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Dan selamat pagi. Yang berusaha pegawai daripada SISC Plus, PPD Kuala Kangsar dan juga PPD Kinta. Yang berusaha sahabat saya, Tuan Wan Saiful Akmar bin Muhammad Idris, Pengetua SMK Anderson, yang berusaha pensyarah MSU, Puan LIANA CHE YAACOB, guru-guru, panitia KIMIA, SMK Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab, Puan Nurul Zuhaini, dan juga guru KIMIA daripada SMK Anderson, Pak Nur Rizawan, dan juga seterusnya guru-guru dan anak-anak pelajar daripada SMK ABDUL dan juga SMK Anderson. Pertamanya saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Pengetua SMK Anderson dan juga SMU di atas jalinan kerjasama ini yang bermakna dalam usaha kita untuk membina kejayaan murid, ya. Dan saya mengharapkan bahawa kerjasama ini tidak berhenti di sini, dan saya mengalu-alukan tangan yang disambut oleh Anderson untuk jalinan ini agar ia berkekalan demi untuk kejayaan anak-anak pelajar. Dan juga saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada KMSU yang sudi bersama dalam program ini, ya. Dan tidak lupa juga kepada guru KIMIA, terutamanya daripada sekolah saya, Pak Nur Zuhaili dan juga Pak Nur Rizal, yang saya rasa membuat perancangan yang baik dalam usaha untuk membina ataupun memastikan program ini berjalan dengan lancar. Dan bagi pihak saya, seperti mana saya sebut tadi, kita mengadu-adukan program-program seperti ini, dan jika ada ruang-ruang dan peluang yang akan datang yang boleh kita jalinkan dengan pihak Anderson dan juga MSU, jadi kita adu-adukan, ya. Dan untuk anak-anak pelajar kedua-dua sekolah, saya mengharapkan anak-anak pelajar mengambil kesempatan ini. Ini adalah peluang yang terbaik untuk anak-anak pelajar dalam usaha untuk meningkat kemenggiatan dari segi akademik. Dan sebenarnya yang disebut oleh sahabat saya, Tuan Wan Sepo tadi, apa yang penting bukan sahaja dalam konteks kemenggiatan dari segi akademik, tetapi juga dari segi merancang dan mengurus program ini, ya. Ini adalah latihan yang bermakna kepada anak-anak pelajar, khususnya bagaimana mengendalikan program-program, sebab itu adalah asas yang penting dalam kemenggiatan pelajar, sebab masa akan datang inilah yang kemahiran-kemahiran inilah yang diperlukan dalam kehidupan sebenar nanti, ya. Jadi sekali lagi saya ucapkan tahniah kepada semua pihak, sebab di atas situasi sekarang yang agak sukar, ya, dapat juga kita menganjurkan program-program segini, ya. Jadi syabas dan tahniah kepada semua pihak yang menjayakan program ini, ya. Saya rasa itu sahaja ucapan daripada saya, dan sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih pada semua pihak yang terlibat dengan program ini. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Encik Lutfi bin Muhammad Nur atas ucapan beliau itu tadi. Now I would like to call upon Kautam Sano Siwabalan, CEO of this Chemitalk series, to give a short speech.
Thank you to Praveen, our ceremony host. Good morning to our distinguished guests, principals of SMK Anderson and SMK Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab, our wise speaker, administrators, teachers, and fellow friends. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to see a large number of participants joining this event. The Chemitalk program consists of 4 series, which are, firstly, Medicine and You by MSU, Form 3 to Product by RISTA, The Beauty of Nanotechnology by SIRIM, and finally, From Waste to Fuel by Petronas. The aim of this program is to share knowledge in different fields of chemistry. These 4 topics are interrelated with the SPM chemistry syllabus and will be taught by professionals in their fields. Students joining this event will gain an opportunity to obtain PBL or Project-Based Learning marks while learning out of the textbook. We hope that these 4 series will help students grow to be more productive and smart. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us organize this event to become a success. Honestly, without the help of our hardworking teacher advisors, namely Cikgu Noriza, Cikgu Zuraini, Cikgu Aini, and also Cikgu Nurul, we won't be able to reach this stage. Also thanks to the committee members from both schools for your dedication and hard work towards this event. I hope the collaboration between SMK Anderson and SMK Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab will continue in the future for the betterment of students. Thanks again for listening. I firmly believe that today will be fun and full of learning.
Thank you, Kautum Sano Silbalan, for your short speech. Hadirin sekalian, tanpa membuang masa, kita akan teruskan lagi dengan upacara gimmick webinar ini. It's an interesting gimmick, isn't it? Now please, all participants kindly turn on your camera for the photography session. Sekarang, semua hadirin diminta buka kamera anda untuk sesi fotografi. Ulang suara. Now please, all participants kindly turn on your camera for the photography session. Sekarang, semua hadirin diminta buka kamera anda untuk sesi fotografi.
Saya pantau juga ni.
Ada tengok. Ada program lagi ni.
Ulang suara. Now please, all participants kindly turn on your camera for the photography session. Sekarang, semua hadirin diminta buka kamera anda untuk sesi fotografi. Jutaan terima kasih kepada tetamu khas kita kerana sudi menghadiri diri ke webinar ini. We bid you farewell as we are about to start. Thank you. All the participants are allowed to turn off your camera. Now our moderator, Leonard John, will take the stage.
Hello students, how are you? I'm Lennox John, son of Johnson, and I'll be your moderator for today. And now, for the moment that we all have been waiting for. Please welcome our speaker, Dr. Nur Liana binti Che Yaacob, to talk about medicine and you. Before we proceed, let's take a look at the biodata of our speaker, Dr. Nur Liana binti Che Yaacob. After finishing her SPM in MRSM Kuala Terengganu in 1991, our speaker took up a bachelor degree in pharmacy at University Science Malaysia, Pulau Pinang. Then she worked at USM Pulau Pinang until 2017 and transferred to Masa University Selangor for a year. At that point in her life, she had finished her master's and pursued to study for her PhD in UITM. Now, she's standing in front of you as a full-fledged pharmacist and works at MSU, who is a strong mother of 5. We should all be inspired by her to set out on a journey of our own in life. Now, I invite Dr. Nur Liana binti Che Yaacob to start her speech.
Kejap. Tak dengar lah.
Sekarang dengar tak?
Yes.
Okey. Tak boleh guna. Kenapa Suppose okey. Okey lah, I tak guna headphone lah. I punya student ada kat luar, dia tak boleh masuk. Sebab dia yang akan share slide lah. I tunggu dia. Miss Norin. Okay, boleh allow dia masuk. Okay. Dah masuk. Okay, Norin, can you help me to share the screen? Okay kan? Kau ada banyak link Puan Nur. Ke my student masuk salah link ni?
Kita ada 2 link je. Dua-dua dia
Oh,
bagi tadi. Bagi dua-dua tak apa. Try.
sama
Sama je.
Tapi macam tak ada dia kat sini pula. Tak nampak pula dia dekat participant.
Dah bagi yang kedua tu yang saya baru bagi yang
Yang kedua tu Okey, kejap. Oh, dah je.
Nurin Imani kan? Ada dah.
Norin.
Nurin Imani bukan?
Tak.
Bukan.
Sorry dia tak boleh join kejap Dia join the first link kot. Sorry ya, technical, because my student tak boleh join this link. Kalau dia join first link, dia boleh share screen ke? Still can share screen Oh, suppose boleh lah. Mana-mana link dia boleh share screen
Dia join second link dia tak boleh share screen. Suruh dia live dulu, masuk link yang saya baru bagi kat Nah tadi.
Dia join link tu penuh-penuh. Dia tak boleh masuk link tu.
Kejap saya uruskan kejap bagi.
Okay. Tak boleh masuk. Dia waiting tu.
Yes, finally I'm here.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay, you
Sorry.
can help me to share screen, Noreen.
Yeah, I'm going, miss. Sorry. Miss, can you see my screen?
Yeah, can. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Okay, I know that here got teachers also, right? Okay, teachers and yang dihormati guru-guru, yang dihormati pengerusi majlis tadi Mr. Leonard, and then guru-guru SMK Anderson dan juga SMK Datuk Haji Abdul Wahab, betul kan? Okay, dan juga all the students, semua pelajar-pelajar yang dikasihi semua. Hari ini kita santai-santai lah. Kita santai-santai talk about the medicine and you. Okay, kita tak mau serius-serius sangat lah. So this is all about the sharing session about the medicine and you in the Chemitalk, in the Chemitalk program. So hari ni saya LIANA binti Cik Yaakob. Okay, saya belum doktor lagi lah. InsyaAllah dalam setahun dua lagi, InsyaAllah bagi saya kekuatan habiskan PhD saya yang telah pun 2 tahun setengah lah dalam perjalanan. So insyaAllah setahun lagi. Doakan mudah-mudahan cepatlah habis PhD. So cepatlah dah ada title doktor tu So buat masa sekarang madam lagi LIANA binti Cik Yaakob. So I'm a lecturer in School of Pharmacy, Management and Science University. So with me today is Miss Norin Hatim. She is a second year student, my student of Bachelor of Pharmacy in MSU. So she will help me in sharing the slide, and also we have a few quiz to test your knowledge for today before we start the sharing session today. Alright. So next, Norin. Okay, so as what the chairperson introduced me previously, okay, just now, okay, I'm a registered pharmacy lah with the registered number of 3286. Okay, I registered as a pharmacy after I finished housemanship in Hospital USM. in 2001. I graduate in 2000 and I do 1 year houseman in HUSM 1 year. So after that, after complete the forensic exam, because to be a pharmacist you need to have 2 criteria, Bachelor of Pharmacy and also the pass the housemanship and also pass the forensic exam. They have the law exam about the medication. So then only you will be qualified to register as a pharmacist. So my registration number in Malaysia, I orang ke 3,286 pharmacist. So currently I'm doing PhD in clinical pharmacy but after I already work in practice in hospital, in community pharmacy, even I have experience to have my own retail pharmacy previously. I also work in government and hospital setting. And actually until now this is I still do working once a week in our teaching hospital, MSU Medical Center. Okay, this is my student and our lab coat in MSU MC is blue color. Okay, so this is a MSU Medical Center, just attached with the MSU University. Okay, next, Noreen. Okay, so today I will share with you about what is medicines actually. Okay, what is medicines, the registration process, how to identify the what we call that, the registered product. Okay, the most important that we need to know is the registered product. Medicines is a lot. Okay, then types of medicine, modern and traditional medicine. And if you have time, I will touch also about the issues and challenges that we have now. Okay, before we start, can we test you with a bit knowledge about the medicines? Okay, Nori, you can start Kahoot. We have a quiz in Kahoot, nah?
Can everyone see the code?
Yeah. So this is a code for the Kahoot quiz. You can join the Kahoot by enter this code.
Shall I start?
I think until 50 we can start. Okay. We still got participant. I think until 60 lah, Narin.
Okay, miss.
53 already, 54. You can start, Narin. Oh, 47 got right, congrats. Okay. Someone. Wow. Someone again. Good question. %, heavy hologram and congrats, Linux. Mr. Chairperson,
Yes, madam.
you got all right. Congrats, Okay. Okay, we continue with our sharing session today. Okay, just now I asked you a few questions to evaluate your knowledge before I start the sharing session lah. Alright, so my talk today will be in dua language. I will mix English and also Malay. So for us for better understanding. So what are medicines actually? Medicines is defined as sometimes kita panggil drugs. Kalau dekat pharmacy kita panggil drugs, in practice lah kita panggil drugs, tapi in the consumer dia orang panggil medicines. So medicines or drugs actually are the chemicals or compounds that are intended for the use to modify physiological system or pathological states for the benefit of the recipient. So which enable healthcare providers to cure many diseases and also to save life. So this is a definition of the medicines lah before we start other topic. So next, medicines or drug can be obtained from a variety of source. Okay, either natural, we have two types. Either natural from the plants and animal. We can have like daripada tongkat ali. Tongkat ali tu daripada natural lah, okay, so traditional medicine from the natural, we extract out from the natural resources, which is from the plants and animal. Kod liver oil pernah dengar tak? Kod liver oil is from the animal. Kita extract out daripada ikan kod, kita ambil dia punya liver oil, so itu jadikan satu suplemen, so itu juga kita panggil under medicine juga, so daripada natural sources. And the other types is from the synthetic. Synthetic ni chemical yang you all buat dalam makmal lah, yang kita buat kaji selidik apa semua ni, kita buat research start daripada awal, so that one is from the synthetic. So this one we call that modern medicine. Next. So dalam erti kata lain, kalau consumer untuk mudah difahami, kita kata ubat tu adalah kimia untuk mengawal dan mencegah penyakit. Mengawal, merawat, spelling error guys, mengawal, merawat dan mencegah penyakit. Tiga benda, mengawal, merawat dan mencegah penyakit. Okay, contohnya Panadol, ubat batuk semua yang you all tengok tu lah. Okay, next. So group of medicine, if in pharmacy, we divide into two. Ada dua jenis group of medicine. Yang pertama tu general medicine, which is you can buy over the counter. For example, vitamin, supplement, paracetamol, aspirin yang you boleh pergi, even you can buy in the 7-Eleven, shopping mall, kedai runcit dan sebagainya. Ini adalah over the counter medication, which is we categorize under the general medicine. The other one is control medicine. Control medicine ni adalah ubat-ubat yang terkawal, so which we divide also into two. Yang pertama is yang perlu prescription. Yang perlu prescription maksudnya dia tak boleh beli di mana-mana, even in retail pharmacy pun dia tak boleh beli. So you need to go to see the doctor first and get the prescription, then only you can get that medicine. So for example, antibiotics, high blood pressure medicine, cancer medicine and so on. So you need to go to doctor first. The second one is you can buy at retail pharmacy without the prescription, especially when you have the minor ailments, like for example you have flu, you have cough, you have like eczema, okay, gatal-gatal kulit ke, that one you can walk in, go to the retail pharmacy and you can buy without the prescription. So actually kita ada kategori by the poison list lah, so you didn't need to know about that. So ada kategori A, B, C and D, so ada by law lah, that one by the category by law. So cukuplah you tahu ini adalah kategori-kategori of medicine yang perlu tahu, yang mana boleh beli direct, yang mana boleh jumpa doktor. Okay, next. So what is the uses of the medicine or drugs? So we use this for the 5 purpose. Okay, all of the medicine so we use for the 5 purpose. The first one is for the therapeutic use. We use also for the diagnostic use. Untuk apa, you test X-ray ke apa nama ni, you buat test untuk mengenal pasti penyakit. So kita juga guna drugs. Prophylaxis use, ada drug yang guna untuk prophylaxis dan ada drug yang kita gunakan untuk replacement terapi. Contohnya you ada kekurangan potassium, cirit berik ke, kita boleh guna ORS, then ada nikotin terapi untuk stop smoking, then ada terapi-terapi lain lah, so replacement terapi. Then the next one is anesthetic. Anesthetic ni ubat bius lah, okay, we use during the operation. Alright, next. So what is for the therapeutic use? So the therapeutic agents we use to relieve the sign and symptom of a disease, meaning that we are going to use this agent, this medication or these drugs to cure the disease, to treat the disease, untuk rawat apa saja simptom. You ada headache, so we give you analgesic which is the painkiller. You can use the painkiller like contohnya paracetamol, Ponstan, okay. So that one is kita rawat symptoms. Contohnya you ada demam, okay, you boleh ambil paracetamol juga. You ada cough, kita boleh bagi Benadryl. Okay, so it's used for the treatment, untuk merawat sign dan simptom dan untuk cure the disease. Then for the diagnostic agent, it's used to determine the location of the disease, dekat mana disease tu. Selalunya this one during the procedure, during the radiologic procedure and other diagnostic imaging technique. So they use also the some of the medication to detect the disease inside our body. Okay, next. Replacement agents selalunya kita ambil bila you all kekurangan like vitamins, mineral and hormones. You can take supplements as the replacement, especially bila kita makan, bila kita tak makan sayur, right? Bila you didn't eat vegetables, when you didn't take enough minerals and so on, so we can take supplementary. And for sportmen also, they need the replacement agent to restore their energy and to restore their protein. So they take also the supplements. And for the anesthetic, we use during the surgical procedure as a local or general anesthetic. And for example, lidocaine. Okay, we use lidocaine for the local procedures, and we use also chloroform for the general surgery. This is an example of the agent that we normally use lah in the surgery. So next is prophylactic or preventive agent. So some of the medication also used as a prophylactic or preventive agents that can prevent any disorder. Okay, for example, vaksin sekarang kan kita ambil vaksin COVID-19, right? So this is considered also one of the agent or one of the medicine that we use to prevent the disease. Okay, to prevent the disease. Macam-macam jenis vaksin kan, sejak kecil kita ambil vaksin, sejak you lahir, BCG, hepatitis B and so on. So ini adalah salah satu contoh untuk preventive agent lah. Right, next. Okay, so macam mana kita nak tahu drugs ni? Okay, how we are going to identify what is the name of drug? So basically, medicines or drugs, we have three types of names. We have three types of name, which is the first one is chemical name, second one is generic name, and third one is trade name or brand name. So what is the chemical name? Next, chemical name is always important for the chemist, right? Always important for the chemist. Kita jarang guna dalam praktis. So kita tak pergi, you all pun tak pergi kat pharmacy sebut nama chemistry, sebut nama chemical. Di hospital juga, di retail pharmacy juga, healthcare providers pun dia tak guna benda ni, so ignore. So only use for the chemist and also for the purpose of the research in lab. So contohnya N-acetyl para-aminophenol, okay, ataupun nama lain dia adalah Tylenol. Okay, ini contoh chemical name lah, is related to the chemical structure. Okay, this is another example lah. Okay, so this is based on their carbon berapa apa semua. So It's all about the chemical structure. Next. So another name is generic name. So inilah yang penting sebenarnya bagi kami healthcare providers. We always care about the generic name because generic name is actually the kandungan dia ataupun kita panggil active ingredient. The active ingredient inside. So that is the generic names. Contohnya kita ada salbutamol sulfate. So dia punya trifluoride hydrochloride. So this is what is the active ingredient inside each of the medicines. Next. Another name is actually brand name. So I give the example. For example, we have the paracetamol. Paracetamol is generic name or active ingredients, whereas the brand name is berapa you tengok dekat market ada brand name sangat banyak kan. We have the Eufamol, Poro, Panadol, Fepril, Actifast and so on. So all those things. All those things is brand name. So brand name is actually name that given by the manufacturer. Ikutlah nak bagi apa. Kalau nanti later you have your own manufacturer company, so you can give name Leonard maybe Leonard ke. Okay, you can give name Tasha ke. Okay, whatever. So it should have R registered here at the end. Dia kena ada R. So this is a brand name which is given by the company. So the content name. So for us healthcare providers, kita lebih concern kepada active ingredients sebab brand will be vary. So many brands in market, depends on the manufacturer lah. Alright, so next. So we know about the medicine, kita dah tahu, kita dah berkenal-kenalan dengan ubat, okay, macam mana nak tahu nama dia and so on. So macam mana, how?
Miss Noreen, could you please off your microphone? We couldn't hear properly.
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Slide mode. Okay, so how the medicines goes into our bodies, right? How it will goes into our bodies. So then we are talk about the routes of administration. Macam mana all those medicine can goes into our bodies. We have a few routes of administration. Okay, the first one, the very common one is oral. Okay, when you can tolerate orally, you are not like chronic disease patients, you are still alert, you can take oral, so we will give you oral medication like in the capsule or tablet or syrup form. So it's oral, you ambil melalui mulut, so dia akan pergi melalui sistem penghadaman until absorb into your bloodstream. Then after the absorption into the bloodstream, then it will goes into your target receptor lah, sebab ubat dia ada target receptor. And then we also have the rectal. Okay, through rectal you can it can goes in through rectal, and ini juga dia akan pergi melalui usus dan sebagainya, dan seterusnya masuk kepada peredaran darah juga. Okay, then intraocular melalui mata untuk ubat titis mata. Even actually we have also the injection through the ocular for the certain types of disease. We also have inhalation. Inhalation ni dia pergi direct ke paru-paru. Okay, you inhale, deep inhale daripada sistem pernafasan. So ubat tu very less percentage akan masuk kepada sistem penghadaman, so dia akan terus kepada paru-paru, kepada target lah, contohnya ubat asma selalunya ubat asma, so pergi terus ke paru-paru, dia punya target receptor. And then subcutaneous, transdermal, Okay, kita ada juga melalui parenteral, kita panggil, kita ada intravenous masuk melalui vein, kita ada intramuscular yang cucuk melalui muscle, dan kita ada subcutaneous transdermal yang masuk bawah kulit. Ini dia masuk bawah kulit, cucuk bawah kulit. Mengikut keperluan masing-masing, okay. Yang mana routes of administration, we decide according to the requirement of the disease. Ada yang perlu, ada yang direct, macam contohnya you are in really pain, so we advise to give the intravenous ataupun we intramuscular injection, because kerana apa, when we give the parenteral nutrition which is through the injection, dia dah tak melalui sistem penghadaman, so dia punya proses cepat, direct kepada darah, so dia punya absorption pun 100%, 100%. So you cucuk 5 mg ubat, 5 mg lah masuk dalam darah. Sedangkan kalau you guna when we use other routes of administration, dia ada terkehil, terkucil kat sana, dekat mana-mana di sepanjang sistem penghadaman lah. So dia punya absorption is less, is not 100%. So for the better absorption, especially when the certain types of condition, we prefer to give the parenteral nutrition either through intravenous, intramuscular or subcutaneous transdermal. Alright, next. If you have any question, you can ask immediately or later, end of the session also can. Okay, then after we talk about the route of administration, then we see what is the dosage form. Okay, what is the dosage form of the medication? So there are three main category that we divide, which is the solids one, liquids, and semi-solids. Next. Okay, so if you see solid, we have the powder form of medication, we have the capsule, we have the tablet form, and for the liquid one, we have the solution, suspension, emulsion. So this is, we need to prepare it in the manufacturer company. We also have semi-solid, cream, ointment, the one that you are using for the eczema or skin dermatitis and so on. So it's in the semi-solid form. And others like spray and aerosol, ubat asma. Okay, next. So dosage form available for different administration routes. For example, for oral, normally we use the solution types. We also use the syrups, suspension, granules, powder, capsules, and tablets. For the rectal, we can use for the ointment. Contohnya siapa yang ada masalah rectal like buase and so on. We also use creams and solution. For the topical, we use paste, lotion, or topical aerosol. For the parenteral, we use the injection, implants, irrigation, and dialysis solution. And nasal, we use the solution and inhalation. Next. Okay. Any question until that? No question? All right. So
questions will be asked after the session.
All right. Okay. Okay, Leonard. Okay, so kita dah tahu semua, kita dah berkenalan dengan ubat. Okay. So how you want to make sure that the medication that you take is safe? We don't know, right? Okay. So how to know the medication is safe, is in quality, and is efficient? We need to know that the medication should be registered. Okay, registered with the Ministry of Health. So how to identify that the medication is registered? Next, Noreen. So these three principal criteria that important in our healthcare providers. So we always concern on these three things. Safety of the medication. We want to make sure that all the medication don't have any adulterant chemical, any adulterant product, which is the product is purely contain the active ingredient and whatever whatever additional material that claim. Okay, we don't want any adulterant product, any what we call that bahan campur palsu. Bahan campur palsu. Contohnya, for example, they claim that the product is tongkat ali, but actually inside there they add in the adulterant ataupun bahan campur palsu daripada sildenafil, which is the Viagra lah, which is actually the control medicine yang perlukan prescription doctor. Sedangkan consumer dia ambil je ubat tongkat ali tu as a supplement, and then dose dia pun tak ada measure dan tak ada kajian kan. So dia adalah tak selamat lah untuk diambil. So that's why kita punya KKM memang ada gariskan. So before you register the medication, all these three things should come as a priority. So all the medication before goes into consumer, it's come into the development process and the registration process. Only can market to the customer. So the first one is safety. The quality is good manufacturing practice. We want to make sure that our manufacturer have the practice of good manufacturing. So we have the ISO. So all the manufacturer, pengilang-pengilang akan diaudit oleh KKM, oleh bahagian farmasi. Dia akan pergi ke kilang-kilang, akan tengok dia punya SOP and so on. So semuanya kena pass GMP. And the third one is effective. Effective is based on the scientific evidence lah, based on the research. So kita nak tengok paper research and semua. So all those things tak boleh claim without the scientific evidence. Okay, next, sorry. Okay, to make sure that the product is safe, this is the two criteria that we need to understand. Okay, the registration number, which is start with the MAL number, and also the hologram meditech. Okay, what is that, these two? Okay, let we have a look to the next slide. Okay, so semua produk mempunyai nombor pendaftaran. Okay, ubat tradisional bermula dengan MAL number. Kat belakang ni dia ada the number at the behind is indicate which type of medication is. Like traditional medicines, at the end is ada huruf T pendaftaran dia. Ubat bukan racun, which is OTC, ada huruf X kat belakang. Ubat terkawal, which is the second type just now, is A belakang. And supplement, okay, supplement yang you ambil tongkat ali ke, vitamin A ke, multivitamin, it should have N number dekat sini, huruf N. So all started with MAL, and then ada 8 angka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then di belakang ni different shape category of the product. Okay, this is an example. This is vitamins, so this is a registration number, and hologram meditech. Ramai orang yang tak perasan, this is a hologram meditech yang perlu ada to make sure that the product is original and registered in Malaysia. So if we got these two, is that the product is safe if we got these two? Okay, later we discuss. Okay, next example, Nurin. Okay, so this is ubat terkawal, ubat darah tinggi, Kovas. Kovas is nama brand. Amlodipine is a generic brand, nama kandungan dia. Okay, next. This is a traditional medicine, the T, okay, the hologram also here. Okay, next. Ubat bukan racun, OTC, so it should have X number here, X huruf here. Okay, next. Okay, next. Notifikasi. Okay. Okay, for the cosmetic, okay, cosmetic didn't need the MAL number, but it should have the not number, which is the notifikasi. Okay, so semua kosmetik dikehendaki dinotifikasi dengan KKM untuk memenuhi keperluan harmonisasi ASEAN. So jangan cari MAL dekat kosmetik. Dekat kosmetik you kena cari NOT number. Ada NOT which is the notifikasi. So kalau ada notifikasi number, so that product is safe. Is already dah melalui proses pendaftaran. Next. Okay, ini adalah hologram Meditech yang dikeluarkan oleh KKM. So ini perlu dilekatkan di setiap produk. Ciri-ciri hologram adalah ada perkataan PBKD DCA kat dalam ni. You boleh nampak ni PBKD DCA. And then ada gambar harimau kat tengah ni. Okay, ada gambar harimau. And then ada Meditech. Ada Meditech dekat atas tu, ada perkataan Meditech. So this is the criteria of the original Meditech. Because ada juga yang Meditech tipu. So macam mana kita nak tahu dia betul ke tipu? Okay, next. We have the hologram Meditech yang you boleh pergi ke community pharmacy. You boleh scan the Meditech kat situ. Kalau tipu kita boleh tahu kat sini . And the other one, you also can go to the website. Okay, next. National Pharmaceutical Control Bureau, http bpfk.government.my. Alright, from this website, you boleh tengok semua produk adakah berdaftar atau tak. Dekat sini semua. Masukkan MAL number dia. Pergi dekat produk dekat sini. Okay, next. And then masukkan product name ataupun MAL number, product registration number, masukkan MAL number. Okay, next, Nurin. Okay, like for this example, it show that one records match. Okay, maknanya this product adalah berdaftar. Kalau dia ada keluar macam ni, dia punya MAL number adalah betul. Ada juga yang if you buy online, dia ada MAL number tapi bila you check kat sini tak ada. So meaning that dia MAL number is tipu. Next. Contohnya macam ni, when we enter the MAL number, the registration number, and it's come out like this, sorry, the product is not registered. Meaning that MAL number is wrong. So that product is actually not registered. Especially careful with the product that you buy online. You need to check into this website first. Next. Okay, so this is what happen if we take medication that not registered. For example, we have the like cosmetic. Ada yang makan pil, okay, ada yang boleh menyebabkan kematian, okay, boleh menyebabkan alergi yang teruk ni sebelah kanan ni, tengok muka dia jadi macam ni. So it's actually the allergic reaction yang sangat teruk. Next. Okay, this is example of product yang ada adulterant. Dia claim this is only the herbal, but actually bila you makan kan rasa cepat je sembuh. When you take that medication, oh, this medication is very good lah, it's very fast relief. But normally product is like that is contain steroid. Steroid is control medicine, but they always put as a adulterant in the traditional medicine. For you to get the faster effect. So this is a bad effect of the steroid. You punya kulit jadi nipis, jadi striae, jadi moon face. Itu adalah kesan long term pengambilan steroid. Kulit ni tengok nipis dah nampak nampak urat dah. Okay. So this is another story of using the unregistered cosmetic, which is inside there is content of hydroquinone and tretinoin. So it will cause the redness of the skin, hyperpigmentasi, and the worst thing is cancer kulit, skin cancer. And another example also the phenylbutazone. This is a real story that we take. So this is another example of the traditional medicine that add in with the phenylbutazone. Phenylbutazone will cause the Steven Johnson syndrome. So it's actually even selalunya dekat kampung-kampung lah asam urat punya ubat yang diorang beli dekat kedai-kedai runcit. So this is actually very careful with the registration product. That's why we need to really check the two types of safety requirement of each of the product. Okay, we need to have the registration number and we also need to have the hologram for each of the product. Okay. Next, we have a look a bit on the drug development process. Okay, this is a real story. Okay, actually to produce one medication, actually the approval or the time takes a very long. It's puratanya 8.5 tahun. 8 tahun setengah, okay, untuk menghasilkan sesuatu medication. For the patents, ubat-ubat yang patents yang kita dapatkan hak patents, dia boleh kekal sehingga 20 tahun. Contohnya we have Panadol, right? Okay, we have Panadol. In pharmacy, bila you produce, you the one who yang buat research, yang hasilkan satu-satu produk, you boleh patentkan you punya produk, tapi sehingga 20 tahun sahaja, until 20 years. Then after 20 years, other company can manufacture the same medication, the same active ingredient, but in different names. Your patented years last until 20 years. Okay, so apa yang berlaku in 8.5 years tu? Okay, the first phase is actually the preclinical research. This part, the first phase, the preclinical research, this one is the part that you are doing the synthesis and purification from the sources. Okay, daripada contohnya tongkat ali, you extract out tongkat ali, the active ingredient in the tongkat ali, and then you test in lab. What is the active ingredient on the of the tongkat ali? You test, you tengok berapa dia punya concentration that helps, and then you buat to the animal testing. Test kepada animal dia punya effectiveness. Previous slide, Narim. Okay, then kita buat the institutional review board, and after complete the first phase, the preclinical phase, we are moving to the clinical phase, which is we have the 3 phases. We have the phase 1 study, phase 2 study, and phase 3 study. Phase 1 normally in the clinical study is actually on the human. The first study is on the animal. Second study on the clinical studies is on the human. Okay, first phase ni kita ambil yang apa nama ni very kita test kepada population yang kecil, yang healthy population. The phase 3 baru kita pergi kepada yang dah lepas phase 1, phase 2 baru kita pergi pada phase 3, kita test kepada patients yang sakit in big population, big patients number lah, big sampling, and then buat NDA review. Until that, barulah the product boleh registered. Okay, after the registration, dia ada lagi post-marketing. Post-marketing surveillance tu, selepas registered, even though that product is registered, kita masih buat monitoring di market, test market, ambil lagi produk tu, tengok effectiveness, tengok safety, tengok quality, and also tengok effectiveness dia. So still going on the monitoring for each of the medication. Alright, next. Okay, traditional medicine vs modern medicine. Okay, which one you choose? Alright, so both have pro and cons. Okay, okay, let me look into the traditional medicine. Traditional medicine is actually the sum of the knowledge, okay, skills and practice based on the theories, belief and experiences indigenous to different cultures, whether applicable or not, used in the maintenance of health as well as in the prevention, diagnosis, improvement or treatment of physical and mental illness. So this is a definition by the WHO. Okay, so it's actually based on our culture belief theory. Okay, that's why when we see Malay traditional medicine is different from Indian traditional medicine, right? And also is also varies from the Chinese traditional medicine. So traditional medicine is based on our skill and our practice, our theories and our belief lah, our culture belief and also experience. So that's why some of us use like tongkat ali ke, okay, based on our what we call that practice, experience yang dah gunakan, tapi kita tak tahu sejauh mana. So the challenge by the traditional medicine is less evidence based. Less evidence based mean tak banyak research yang kita buat, okay, sebab untuk produce research ambil masa yang lama, so we need to have the clinical trial and so on. So and dia juga adalah costly, adalah cost. So ada quite challenging lah about the traditional medicine. Alright, next. So example of traditional medicine, I give a few example lah, right? So echinacea that derive from the cornflower and flowering plant. So the function is used to treat the ailments including the wounds, burns, toothache, sore throat and upset stomach. So this is actually we have the study. So approved and registered lah, right? So the proper usage is drink it with tea, and also got the side effects, nausea, stomach pain and skin rash. So after we do the study, of course we know the good things and the bad things about each of the products. That's why we identify the side effects of this product also. Okay, next. And second one is ginseng. Ginseng normally used in the traditional Chinese medicine. So it's the function is used to reduce the inflammation and boost immunity, brain function and energy level. So the proper use is the roots of plants are usually steeped to make a tea or dried to make a powder. It's like this, like in the pictures. And if we also have the side effects, the bad things about this product. So it can cause the headaches, poor sleep and also the digestive issues. Alright, next example. Pernah dengar ginkgo biloba? You pernah ambil ke ginkgo biloba? Okay, this ginkgo biloba is normally take to improve memory. Okay, for the students normally they take to improve memory. But then the real function is used to treat a wide range of ailments, including the heart disease as well, dementia, yang penyakit orang-orang tua yang suka lupa. Dementia ni dia suka lupa, and mental difficulties. Contohnya you have a problem with the concentration or memory, so you can take the ginkgo biloba as well. And sexual dysfunction also help by taking this ginkgo biloba, because actually the main function is it will increase the blood circulation, improve the blood circulation. And the proper usage, seeds and leaf steeped to make a tea. You boleh buat macam ni. And even in pharmacy also we already have in tablet form and also in capsule form. It's already commercialized. The side effects can cause the headache, heart palpitation, digestive issue, and others like skin reaction and so on. So it depends on the individual. Okay, next. Okay, so for the modern medicines, when we move to the modern medicines, we can classify the modern medicines into a few categories. based on the drug action, based on the pharmacological effect, based on the chemical structure and based on the molecular targets. Apa yang dia target dekat apa panggil ni, dekat receptor inside our body. Tapi yang paling pentingnya yang kita tahu adalah based on the pharmacological effect. For example, you know that about the analgesics, right? Analgesic is used as a painkiller. We know about the antiseptics, which is to kill the germs, kill the microorganism. And we have also the antipyretic. We also have the antihypertensive, untuk tekanan darah tinggi, okay, antihypertensive. We have also the anti-diabetic untuk kencing manis. We also have like all the anti-anti lah untuk against the disease. So this is the most important classification that you need to know. Okay, next. So as for example, analgesic, we have the acetaminophen. Okay, we have the paracetamol lah. This one, acetaminophen is paracetamol. Okay, next. We also have the antimicrobial drugs. This one when we talk about antimicrobial, it's actually the antifungus, antibacteria and also antiviral. Okay, ada 3 jenis antimicrobial. Antifungus, antiviral, anti-protozoa and anti-bacteria. Okay, so amoxicillin is antibacteria. So cara kita bagi ubat based on the sakit apalah. Okay, dan antifungal contohnya clotrimazole, anti-protozoa kita ada chloroquine and antiviral kita ada acyclovir. So dia punya function memang untuk to treat the microbial infection. Alright, next. Okay, the next example is antipsychotic drugs. Antipsychotics, contohnya aripiprazole. Okay, so this is actually, we use this to treat the schizophrenia caused by the bipolar disorders. So the proper usage is generally it could be taken orally by the mouth or by injections as prescribed by the doctor. It should be prescribed by the doctor. It's not the over-the-counter medication. It's a control medication. And the side effects normally it can cause the blurred vision, mata jadi kabur, okay, mulut jadi kering, and you rasa sedation sikit. You rasa macam high, rasa pening, pusing. And sometimes you will feel the muscle spasm, rasa cramp, tremors, terketar-ketar, and then weight gain for some of the patients. Okay, next. Next one is anti-allergy. Anti-allergy, we call that also the antihistamine. The example, if we have the drowsy, which can cause the which is sleepy, and also non-drowsy. Okay, for example, the drowsy one, chlorpheniramine, ataupun kalau you selalu dengar Piriton ataupun Actifed, so itu adalah yang drowsy one. So when you take, you will feel sleepy, so it's better for you to sleep. And promethazine also sleepy. And also we have the non-sleepy one, which is the loratadine and cetirizine. So when we are working, and if you have the allergy issue or flu issue, so you can take the loratadine and cetirizine. So the function is to treat the allergies caused by the pollens, any allergen, like contohnya bulu kucing ke, kapet ke, and so on. So any allergen, so you can take this antihistamine. Proper usage normally by oral. If it's very serious, normally we give also by the injection as well. So the side effects is a normal side effect lah, okay, is tolerable. As for now, antihistamine is no serious side effect. It's just the dry mouth, so just drink a lot of water. Drowsiness, dizziness, rasa pening, rasa loya, rasa nak muntah, rasa sometimes you ada rasa restlessness, rasa macam restlessness, rasa tak boleh duduk diam, rasa macam I need to do something like that. And sometimes it's moodiness in some children lah. So that is why sometimes when we give to the children, we can see children become more active, because it's caused the side effect lah, restlessness. And in some it's blurred vision and confusion, but it's rarely happen lah actually. It's very, what we call that, the percentage is very low in terms of that. Okay, next. Okay, then corticosteroid, for example, prednisolone. Okay, we normally use this actually for treatment of the inflammation, and also like for example the serious allergy also sometimes we add in the prednisolone in the treatment. But when treatment with the doctor, so we control this, because to use the steroid, they have to taper down the dose. You cannot take the long term with the same dose. So they have the, what we call that, the schedule of the treatment. You cannot take the same dose at the same time. So even though to stop this medication also you need to taper down the dose. Slowly kurangkan satu-satu day by day until boleh stop terus. Dia tak boleh immediate stop. So that's why in some of the traditional medicine they add in steroid without control. If we also use steroid in the modern medicine, but in control manner, and with the monitoring, the proper monitoring. So the proper usage normally take by oral, and sometimes in the serious cases we give also in the injection form. So the side effect a lot lah, right? For the steroid a lot, especially for the long-term use. Kalau short-term, okay. Normally for the treatment of the allergy, they just give for the 3 days. But for the long-term, contohnya you ada renal problem, you need to take for the long-term. So we, as a healthcare provider, we need to observe dia punya side effects. Because for the long term, it can cause many side effects, like for example, stretch mark, moon face, kadang-kadang you punya body weight pun naik, okay? Your body weight will increase. And ada juga yang nausea, vomiting ni biasalah, okay? Most of the medication ada nausea, vomiting, tapi tak semua patients alami side effect yang sama. Okay, ada yang ada few side effects and so on. Ada yang langsung tak ada side effects lah. So it depends on your body reaction. Macam yang kita ambil vaksin COVID-19 sekarang lah. Ada orang just okay. Ada yang kena demam, teruk. It depends on your body reaction, while the immunity is going to build in your body. So your body will react. So it depends lah. Okay, next. Okay, so we have the issues and challenges in the handling and in the developing of the medication. Okay, so the current issue is drug resistant. Pernah dengar tak antibiotic resistant? So it will cause, okay, bila berlakunya resistant, ubat yang kita ambil tu dah tak work. Okay, dah tak work. Contohnya sepatutnya amoxicillin sesuai untuk you punya saluran pernafasan. Okay, bila you ada masalah saluran pernafasan. But bila kita ada masalah dengan antibiotic resistant, so bila you ambil dah tak berkesan untuk you. Okay, so antara punca, okay, what is the cause of the drug antibiotic resistant is one of that. Normally when you take the medication and you not completed the course or the dose that given, because you should take 5 to 7 days for the antibiotics, and you should take regular interval. Like if 3 times daily, so you need to take every 8 hours. If twice a day, so every 12 hours. So you cannot miss the dose, and you, even though you feel better, your disease feel better, but you need to complete it until finish. If not, the antibiotic become resistant to that microbes. And this is our current issues. So we need to, as we know, to develop a new antibiotics, it takes a long time. Okay, so many study and research and development we need to do. Whereas we have so many antibiotic resistant cases currently. And second one is developing new drug for existing disease, like for anti-cancer drugs. So we need to develop a new drugs, so it's need a new research, needs money and so on to develop the anti-cancer drug lah, to have the new outcomes in the disease. Okay, next. And the third challenge now is improving current drugs to improve performance. Again, even though we have so many drugs, so many medication currently, but we need to improve outcome. Okay, outcome when we give to the patients kan. Ada sometimes actually ubat tu berkesan, tapi when the patients take, it's not effective to the patients. And sometimes there are the side effects and so on. So ini consumer part lah, okay, patients part. So it comes to the that's why we need to come out with some of the technology or tools to improve the patient's understanding and also to improve the patient's compliance, meaning that kalau kita bagi 1 biji ubat 3 kali sehari, so dia kenalah ambil 1 biji 3 kali sehari to get the better efficacy. Even though we already study this medication have high effectiveness, but kalau dah sampai kepada patients tapi patients tak ambil seperti yang diarahkan, alright, so it will decrease the performance, the effectiveness as well. And sometimes side effect also sometimes not only because of the drug itself, okay, sometimes because of the what we call that drug interaction. Okay, drug interaction. Sometimes the patients take also self-prescribe also, take also their own medication like traditional medicine. They buy outside, they buy in pharmacy without consultation. So it will cause the what we call that interaction between each other, the modern medicine and the traditional medicine. And next one is developing new product for new disease, for example, the vaccine. So it will cause takes time lah. Actually actually coronavirus vaccine is the fastest vaccine that we approve due to darurat lah. Okay, due to darurat, because since we don't have the medication yet, so the only strategy is produce vaccine lah. Right. So next. Next. Okay, the high capital needed for drug development. Okay, we need a few billion for the drug development process, a lot. Okay, start from in the lab until the clinical trial, study. Each patient that we enroll into the clinical trial, we pay also. We pay also each one of them, and even give insurance for them if anything happen. So and it takes money, so time also needed for the drug development until the process, the registration and until the post marketing monitoring also. Next. This comes back to the patient when the patient's education and compliance raised as an issue. Okay, some patients skip taking antibiotics, some patients skip to take anti-diabetic medication, so and so many things lah. So need to improve in terms of patients' education and compliance strategies. And market forecasting, so we need to do the development process also in terms of market forecasting to improve the development and business and to overcome the challenges. Next. Okay. I think that's all, okay, for the issues and challenges and for medicine and you. If you have any question, you can ask now. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Nur LIANA binti Che Yaacob, for the mind-blowing webinar today. So now for the Q&A session, we are opening questions to the members of the floor. Participants are given 10 minutes time to ask any topic related questions in the chat box. While waiting for others, Madam LIANA, I have a personal question.
Okay.
Do you mind sharing with us your struggles and challenges on becoming a successful pharmacist?
During the study, right? The bachelor, right? Is it? Yeah, thank you, Leonard. It's very challenging to be a pharmacist. Yeah, I honestly speak that. I from the daripada gemuk jadi kurus. Okay, masa study. You know, reduce weight. And the challenge is real lah. Actually, you need to read a lot of books. You need to read a lot of books. Okay, starting from the year 1 until year 4, because it takes 4 years, and plus 1 year housemanship, or now they call the PRP lah, right? Previously it's 1 year, now is 1 plus 1. You need to have 1 year PRP, partial registered pharmacy, and plus another one service, okay? Then after that only you can register to be a pharmacist. And what you can do is work smart lah, right? Work smart. Work smart. You need to have the discussion group, because you cannot remember all medication, because when you are entering year 3 and year 4, they have so many case study and so on. You start to do the clinical cases, go to hospital, okay, take the real cases and so on. I think maybe the challenge, the previous challenge and current challenge is maybe different. Maybe Noreen can share. What's your challenge now, Noreen?
Regarding to the studies?
Yeah.
It depends lah. You have to have the passion for loving the chemistry, because you have too many subjects in chemistry. Plus, there's one subject is called medicinal chemistry, where you enhance the biology studies with the chemistry structural. So you have to be able to understand, but be patient, because you won't be super good in your studies until you have to take it like slowly. So it's okay for the first semester to get like a bad GPA. It is not a problem. But as like going further for semester 2, semester 3, and until year 4, you are gonna progress, because you understand what's the situation, what's pharmacy is talking about. So if you fail from the beginning, it's okay. It's not like a big problem. You fail, you get up again, you success. That's how we are doing now. But overall, like, I adore pharmacy. I like it. Like, this is my career.
Yeah. The first thing is patience lah. You kena minat, okay? Once you have patience, then no one can push you. You push yourself, okay? You minat lah yang paling penting, ya. Okay, that's the first thing lah. And you need to strong in chemistry also, because first year and second year is you need to focus on the chemistry subject lah. There's a lot of chemistry subject. But when you enter third year and final year, it's more to the clinical case. You may see the patients in real. So, I think that's lah.
Thank you, madam. We have a question from Praveen Sivaraja. He has asked, let's say a boy has a condition where he can't sleep and he didn't sleep for the past 2 weeks. What medicines would you recommend for that boy, and what will be the side effects?
Side effects. Okay, the first thing, Okay, Praveen, you need to know the cause. Kenapa you tak, why you cannot sleep? Okay, we need to identify the cause. If you have like any issue like any other issue, so we treat the disease as well lah. Normally, that's a sleeping pill lah. There's a sleeping pill that you can eat. There's also the supplement that you can find in the community pharmacy. A lot of supplement that you can take for you to more relax. Okay. Ada sleeping pill tu memang boleh menyebabkan mengantuk lah. So but that one you need to see doctor first because that one is prescription medication. You cannot buy at the pharmacy. In pharmacy you can buy supplement. Community pharmacy you can buy supplements lah. There's some supplement that you can find in the community pharmacy. A lot also lah actually for the relaxation and so on. So need to find the reason lah why you cannot sleep. Is it because of you have the maybe anxiety, okay, too much anxious? So we need to treat also that one, okay. Need to treat the cause as well.
I think that answers Praveen's question. The next question, what do you think about the COVID-19 vaccines? Because according to the experts, there are also very critical side effects like decreasing lifespan.
That's quite controversial. I want to comment here. Okay, as for now, there's a few vaccines available for the COVID-19. We have the Pfizer one. We have the AstraZeneca one. We also have the from China, Sinovac. Okay, Sinovac one. As for now, the efficacy of each of the vaccine is different also. Like Pfizer also is around 95%. Okay, and the Sinovac is lesser. I think AstraZeneca is around 90%. Side effect is actually very less. Actually, very less. It's not the what we call that. It's not the major lah. Actually, even I just taken second dose of my Pfizer vaccine 2 days ago, and it's okay, tolerable. It's just I feel pain, pain at the site of injection. And I just feel slightly like feverish, not comfortable lah. So you take Panadol is okay, because why vaccine is we give you like an inactive virus like COVID-19, an inactive virus, which is it will stimulate your body to build out your own immune system. Okay, that's why your body will react into that. If you get fevers, then it's actually a good sign because your body react to build up your own antibody. The side effect is actually very rare lah, very rare. It's like 0.0 something percent. The serious side effect lah. Of course lah, every medication got the side effects. But then during this time, we don't have any other choice. Okay, we don't have any other medication to treat the COVID-19. So vaccine is the only hope that we have to what we call that. So we need to take vaccine at least 80% in our population for us in order to get the herd immunity and break the what we call that, the infection of the COVID-19. Because to develop the medicines also it takes years, it takes years. Development process is very long. So I think the serious side effect is very less lah, very less. So it's okay to take. It's okay to take. Just drink a lot of water after taking the vaccine, and inshallah it will be okay.
Thank you, madam. The next question is from Vishantini Parameswaran. What is your opinion when some when some people still believe to consume traditional medicine, such as certain herbs to treat diabetic, hypertension, and so on, instead of seeing the doctor and taking modern medicine.
This is our challenge lah, right? I, as a pharmacist, I didn't exclude 100% of the traditional medicine, but if we used to take the traditional medicine and we didn't see the doctor, how to monitor our progress of disease? Because in modern treatment, we evaluate you the blood sugar level regularly, and also your HbA1c, which is the some of the element that we evaluate for the diabetic patient. So if you taken, you can take, actually, you can add in the registered traditional medicine. Don't take the unregistered traditional medicine. Registered traditional medicine who already have the study, who already have proof, but still you need to monitor your progress of disease as well. Don't just take and then ignore. You need to see the doctor also. You need to see the doctor also to what we call that, to evaluate your progress of disease. Because when we give the medication also, normally we give for 1 month and patients will come back to evaluate their effectiveness of the medication, their progress of disease, ada side effect ke tak kan. So we closely monitor the patients. But kalau you self-medication, just take the traditional medicine, siapa yang nak evaluate you kan, siapa yang nak monitor you kan, turun ke tak blood sugar level tu. Kalau tak turun, so dia akan menjadikan lebih teruk lah patients, because as we know, diabetes kan dia ada very serious complication lah. Sampai yang paling teruk boleh menyebabkan renal failure. And stage renal failure, you kena dialysis, so that's what we call that, dah tak ada ubat lah. Kalau dah end stage renal failure tu is very critical case lah. That's why kita tak nak sampai ke komplikasi sampai tahap macam tu lah. That's why you kena start daripada awal, right? Start monitoring from the early. Okay.
Thank you, madam. That answers Vishantini's question. The next question is from Harini Gunasegaran. There is a statement that shows antipsychotic medication reduces the amount of dopamine. What will happen to the human body if antipsychotic medication is consumed in excess?
Dopamine.
Yes, antipsychotic medication.
Can reduce the dopamine? Is it?
What will happen to the human body if antipsychotic medication is consumed in excess?
Side effect lah. As what we learned just now, each antipsychotic have different side effects. Okay. Tengok what types of antipsychotic yang you ambil, sebab dia tak general. Dia punya side effect is specific for each of the medication. Antipsychotic pun a lot. So kalau you ambil, ada yang boleh menyebabkan increase body weight. Depends on types of antipsychotic. Ada banyak jenis antipsychotic juga. So ada yang boleh increase, ada yang sampai you hilang selera makan pun ada. Ada yang you cannot eat, no appetite at all. And ada yang increase appetite, and ada yang you cannot sleep. Okay, so normally doctor will diagnose you according to your sign and symptoms. Macam mana, macam contohnya you have the mental problems contohnya, but you cannot sleep and so on. So doctor will give you those medication who can make you sleepy. So it's a better treatment lah. Okay, so dia punya kesan sampingan yang lain, contohnya kadang-kadang you rasa cramp. Okay, cramp of your body. Okay, cramp of your body, dryness, okay, dry mouth. Okay, dry mouth and so on. So that's among the common side effect of antipsychotic lah. But again, we need to go for each of the medication lah. Is a specific side effect. Is not generally like that lah, right?
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
There is an interesting question by Bahya Hayani. According to the situation right now with all the pandemic stuff, do you think somehow traditional medicine will help the modern medicine to fight COVID-19?
Against this question, because we don't have evidence base yet, because this is a new pandemic, and still we don't have evidence, meaning that to have the evidence we need to study to the patients. Okay, we need to design the study to the patients, meaning that we give this traditional medicine to the patients and then we see the effect. So from that only we know either that traditional medicine is effective or not against the COVID-19. But you may take, because as what we know, we can improve our immunity, okay, during the pandemic, so that we can avoid ourselves to be infected by this COVID-19. So you may take all the supplements that may increase your immunity, including the vitamin C, okay. Some of the Malay take the habatus sauda, okay. Habatus sauda is very good also to increase the immunity. Even we have study, okay, we have a lot of study, so you may take. Normally vitamin C and habatus sauda lah for the traditional one, as what we have now lah. So that one is based on our belief lah. What we can do for the treatment, I cannot see it cannot be used because we don't have the evidence base. We don't have research yet. Research is going on, but ramai orang cubalah, okay, traditional medicine, and it's helped to increase the antibody as well. But the percentage of the efficiency we don't know because it's not the worldwide clinical trial yet.
Thank you, madam. Next question is from Yuran Imani. We all know that all medication should be stored in the right way. So can you explain the right way to store medicine?
This is another part of lecture actually, the storage, because storage is come to main concern when we have the program of home medication review. Bila kita ada program home medication review, we go to patient's house, so we can see all the medication is not stored properly. And even disposed properly also lah, right? So the requirement of the medication actually is different from each of the medication. Like for example, if insulin, if you need to store in fridge, so it actually depends on you need to read the bottle, the requirement of the storage requirement. Ada yang you need to store in the normal temperature, so you just put in the normal temperature. But the key point here is avoid store near the what we call that di tempat yang panas, macam contohnya di dapur. Okay, di dapur dekat dengan you punya kitchen tu avoid, sebab ubat boleh rosak and tidak semua ubat you can store in the fridge. Hanya ubat-ubat tertentu sahaja, contohnya you have the suppositories, okay. Even syrup pun tak semua, is not all medication, is not all syrup to be kept in the fridge. Yang kedua, you need to avoid store in dalam kereta. Okay, di tempat yang temperature yang panas, yang dalam kereta pun tak boleh sebab dia terlalu panas, so ubat you akan rosak. So the rest, okay, the specific storage requirement, you need to refer for each of the bottle sebab dia punya storage tak sama. Dia punya storage tak sama. Ada sirap yang you kena simpan dalam peti ais, ada yang kena simpan dekat luar. Macam paracetamol, you tak perlu simpan dalam fridge pun. Paracetamol sirap tu you simpan dekat luar je, okay. So the better one is you have like Tupperware, and then you asingkan external medication dengan internal medication supaya nanti you tak tertukar. And always refer to the label. You jangan keluarkan ubat daripada you punya envelope tu, sebab on your envelope dah ada label kan cara pengambilan, sebab itu untuk mengelakkan you tertukar ubat. Because I have experience bila kita buat home medication review, patients campurkan semua medication dia, ketiga-tiga medication in one bottle. In one bottle. So I kata macam mana you ambil ubat? Dia kata I based on the bentuk ubat. So I tahu ubat yang 4 segi ni ambil berapa, ubat yang bulat ambil berapa, ubat colour blue ni ambil berapa. So dia punya remembering based on the shape of the medication and also the colour. But what happen if because sometimes kita order in hospital, ubat tu bila brand berlainan, dia punya shape and colour will be different. So apa jadi kalau tiba-tiba we provide them different colour and different shape, so it will cause error lah. So akan berlakunya masalah perubatan dekat rumah. That's why kita sekarang pharmacy sekarang sudah pergi ke rumah untuk buat this review. So we found that there's so many problem happen lah at house, even though we already prescribe label, and they sometimes label pun entah ke mana dah tak tahu ke mana dah. So that's very important to refer back to the label. And expiry date as well. Okay, need to refer to the expiry date as well. Okay, so basically the requirement basically kalau insulin tu, kalau mak-mak ada kencing manis apa semua, insulin tu dalam fridge, tak boleh di luar. And then ubat tablet no need simpan dalam fridge, cuma jauhkan daripada hot temperature. Okay, avoid from hot temperature.
Thank you, madam. I think that clears Nurin's doubts on storage of medicine. I will move on to the next question by Tayanidi Selvakumar. If a side effect of a drug is critical, but there is no alternatives, what should we do?
No alternative, huh?
Yeah.
Again, in practice, we always evaluate the benefit versus the what we call that, the side effect. Okay, if we can see the percentage of the benefit is higher, we will proceed. But this patient should be close monitor for side effects. It should be admitted to hospital and we closely monitor side effect and we treat the side effect accordingly. Normally we practice like that. If there's no any other alternative and what we call that, and the benefit is higher, compared with the risk. That's in practice lah, we always evaluate that. It's something like in vaccine COVID-19 lah, the benefit is higher compared with risk. So that's why we proceed with the vaccination program.
Thank you, madam. The next question is from Hagar Nadal. What is the prospect of biomedical science currently and in another 5 years' time?
Biomedical science in another 5 years' time?
Yeah, currently and in another 5 years' time.
What do you mean by biomedical science? Is it course or study, or?
Should be the course of.
Is it study? Is it study in biomedical science?
Yes.
This one, because I'm from pharmacy, so I'm not so sure about the what we call that, the prospect of this, but should be no problem lah. Actually, bila you ambil biomedical science, you can take the double degree to be a doctor as well as to be a pharmacist. because our what we call that if you cannot pass the SPM, the requirement during SPM and STPM, you can take double degree as well to take the medical doctor or pharmacist. It can be like that. And in terms of working prospect in 5 years time, I personally don't have any comment on that lah, because I'm from School of Pharmacy. It should be no problem lah kot, because you are working in lab kan.
Thank you, madam. The next question from Sheena Rajendran. She has asked about how does non-registered fake supplementary medicines make it to the market?
Sorry.
How does non-registered fake supplementary medicines make it to the market?
How make it to the market?
Yes, and are there no departments that checks the originality of these medicines before they reach the consumers?
That's how now, if you notice, under the bahagian pharmacy, we have the program called Duta Kenali Ubat Anda. So during this program, we empower the community to what we call that, we give them education like workshop and certified training of trainers for them to about all this knowledge about the registered medicine and so on. So what we can do now is education to the public through social media, through program Duta Kenali Ubat Anda, through patients who come to clinic and so on. So in terms of regulatory, they have the post-marketing surveillance. That's why bila you tengok kadang ni produk ni dirampas and so on kan, because we have the what we call that, we have the test market. Okay, we have the test market. Produk yang tak ada registered, kita akan serbu lah, okay, especially when we have the complaint from the consumer. So kita akan rampas lah selalunya kalau ada komplain lah. And the post-marketing surveillance is continuous. Always the regulatory department will take the sample from market and they will test in lab to make sure that the content is consistent as what they claim lah. Is safe, quality and effective. Okay, kita tengok juga kandungan plumbum, all the logam-logam berat inside. So it should be follow the minimum requirement that allowed. So semua tu bahagian BPFK yang akan buat yang bahagian regulatory, yang bahagian meluluskan produk. So they will do all that part lah in terms of surveillance, in terms of monitoring, continuous monitoring.
Thank you, madam, for clearing Sheena's doubts on fake supplementary medicines. Now we'll move on to the next question. The question is from Daniel Hakim bin Kamal Azwa. Does the mutant of COVID-19 will be affecting the effectivity of COVID-19 vaccine?
Sorry?
Does the mutant of COVID-19 will be affecting the effectivity of COVID-19 vaccine?
Currently,
Yes, madam.
the new variant, is it?
Yes.
The new variant. That's why even though we have that's the challenge with the virus vaccine. That's the challenge lah, because the virus is always mutant and come with the new variants and so on, and it's very fast. So even though previously we have the H1N1 vaccine, influenza vaccine, even though it's always change brand every years, because maybe the previous one not cover with the new variant. So it's similar with the COVID-19 vaccine as well. Okay, that's why I think China is now come out with the new which is cover the more variants of the vaccine lah. That's why the vaccine of the virus need to review agak cepat lah, sebab dia punya variant come out agak cepat. Dia boleh mutant. So that's why even though we already take the vaccine, we still need to follow the SOP. Again, need to practice the SOP lah. Because we don't know the previous vaccine will cover the new coming variant of COVID-19. Because it's now mutant very fast already from UK, from India, and even we found it's already mixed kan, UK and India, right? The new variant come out. But hopefully not come to Malaysia lah.
Thank you, madam, for answering the question. There are still a few more questions. The next question is from Kishan Raj. Are there any possibilities for new vaccines to be produced according to the mutation of the COVID-19 virus?
Yeah, there's a possibility. That's why the development should be very fast lah. Because when we have the new variant, we need to take the DNA and the mRNA from that only, but then baru kita boleh produce new vaccine lah. So now I think China is developing a new vaccine for the new variant. From other company, I didn't heard. Okay, we have from the Pfizer, AstraZeneca. I didn't heard the new development lah. Maybe they also undergoing the development process also for that. That's why this vaccine is not whole life. It cannot sustain whole life. Even for the influenza vaccine also 1 year. So after 1 year, you need to take another vaccine, which cover different variant also. So is the challenges also, one of the challenges also in the to produce the virus vaccine. It's very fast.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
There is another question from Hega Nadan. Can the inhalation of steam prevent or kill the COVID-19 virus? I think this is based on his superstition. Can the inhalation of steam prevent or kill?
Steam kan?
Yes.
Again, there's no evidence base. Based on the what we call that theory and belief. So we can try the effort too. Okay, as one of the effort lah, right? Like they ask to inhale the steam, bunga cengkeh lah, apa nama lagi? You boleh ambil apa? Eucalyptus lah. So that is based on the belief lah, belief and practice. You can try, but again, there's no study and evidence base yet come out. So we cannot say in the either is effective or not. We cannot say that lah. Okay, but we can put effort on that as one of the alternative treatment. You can do. No harms pun.
Thank you, madam. There's another question from Gabrina Wahida. Is it possible for someone to be healed from mental health disorder without taking any medication?
To be what? To be cured?
Yes.
Is it
from
to be cured?
Yes, to be cured from mental health disorder without taking any medications.
Okay, to treat the mental health, the first one you need to know what is your problem. Okay, what is your problem? Types of mental disorder. If and we have the treatment, not only medication, we also have like psychology treatment like psychotherapy. We also have the supplements and so on. So it depends on the severity of your status. The severity of your status. If you just But if it's severe, if it cannot take, even if you go to doctor also, they will evaluate you on the severity. Either you are mild, moderate, or severe. If mild, normally we didn't go directly to the medication. We go to the psychotherapy first. Okay. If like moderate and severe, normally we start the medication plus psychotherapy to help you while you are adapting to the psychotherapy, because psychotherapy is you need to do practice, some of the practice and some of the skill that you need to do. So medication is help for you to what we call that, untuk you sementara you nak praktis menguasai apa ni, psychotherapy itu. So it depends on your condition. Kalau just mild, just normal, and then you feel that you can manage by the psychotherapy, and then how you think, you change your sleep pattern, you exercise. Okay, exercise is very good to increase your hormone. Okay, then especially exercise in the morning, bila matahari you can take vitamin D at that time, so it can increase the happiness hormone. So if you can change, like if you are strong enough to like to cope with that situation, and your state of the mental disorder is only mild, so you just can do with the psychotherapy. But if it cannot help, you have no other choice. You need to take the medication also. Because macam kalau yang teruk, yang mental disorder yang teruk, dia macam enjin kereta lah. Kalau you tak ambil ubat, okay, if you didn't take ubat, dan macam enjin kereta yang you tak servis, you bawa je jalan kereta sampai masa dia akan meletup kan. So it's happened to the mental health patient as well lah. Kalau you tak ambil ubat, sedangkan you memang perlu ubat, you akan burst lah. Sampai satu tahap you akan jadi meletup. That's why medication is help lah. And plus psychotherapy. You kena buat juga psychotherapy. Counselling session and so on.
Thank you, Madam, for clearing Jabrina's doubts. That is the last question for this Q&A session. Thank you, Doctor, for clearing all our doubts and answering our questions. I'll pass the stage to Praveen.
Thank you.
A huge thanks to our speaker, Madam Nur Liana, and it's better to call you doctor as I guess, because you're almost going to finish your PhD. So thank you, Doctor. And because you nearly solved all of our questions, actually mostly about the current situation of COVID-19. Yeah, thanks a lot. And of course to our moderator, Leonard John, for the wonderful webinar. Your interviewing skills is really good.
Very good, Leonard. All of you are very good. Excellent student.
Thank you, Chair. And dear participants, please click the link in the chat box or scan the QR code to answer an attendance form and claim your certificates. Para hadirin sekalian, sila tekan link dalam chat box atau scan kod QR untuk menjawab borang kehadiran dan menerima sijil penyertaan anda. Dear participants, please click the link in the chat box or scan the QR code to answer an attendance form and claim your certificates. Para hadirin sekalian, sila tekan link dalam chat box atau scan kod QR untuk menjawab borang kehadiran dan menerima sijil anda. Okay. Once again, thank you for all attending to the Chemitalk Series 1 today. There'll be a Chemitalk Series 2 from 3 to Product Latex tomorrow at 11 a.m. Hope to see all of you soon again. Till then, stay safe and stay home. And once again, thank you for the entire administration for giving us this opportunity to learn a lot of the things about medicines. So thank you everyone. Today's webinar has come to an end. Participants are allowed to leave the meeting. Thank you. Majlis hari ini sudah pun bersurai. Hadirin dibenarkan untuk meninggalkan majlis sekarang. Terima kasih.